Welcome to the Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions podcast with Brent and Jodibailey. We are growing our circles of connections and knowledge together with encouraging conversations and positive communications. Today, Brent and Jody welcome
the host of the Thrivetimeshow and director of the Health and Freedom Conference, Clayclark.
And now, Brent and Jodibailey.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Great to have you with us today on Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions. I'm Brentbailey, and today I have a wild show for you. My goodness, I have Clayclark, the host of Thrive Time, and he is the sponsor, if you will, of a conference that's coming up this weekend in Oklahoma called the Health and Freedom Conference. Before we get to Clay, though, let's go over to the tech booth, and there's Jody and Preston, and
hey,
listen.
Everyone.
Listen, we let Preston tell a joke the other day. He's going to tell another one today. It was received very well. Thank you for all your kind comments and the things that you said about our boy showing off his sense of humor. So, anyway, guys, it is Wednesday, and you were just privy to Clay just a few minutes ago before we have him on. He was in here. He is a live wire, folks.
Yes, he is.
I don't know why he called his show Thrive Time. He should have called it Live Wire.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like literally interviewing a cup of espresso.
Yeah.
Or talking to.
Yes.
So you're in for a real treat today. It is definitely a different interview.
I feel like a
us.
sloth compared to that.
I know, right? I felt like I was moving in slow motion the whole time. So anyway, it's Wednesday. Hopefully you're having a great rest of the week. Your week so far has been great. You're halfway there.
Yep.
You're getting ready to get to the end. So what's coming up this weekend? I know that if you are in the Broken Arrow, Tulsa, Oklahoma area, you'll be able to go to the Health and Freedom Conference. You're going to be able to stream that all over. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
What's going on around the rest of the country, though?
Well, today is National Dolphin Day.
Wow.
Dolphin. Like Flipper.
Flipper.
I don't like the idea of eating
dolphins? What's the matter with you?
I mean, I know you eat shark and you eat different.
There is a type of dolphin that you
is.
can eat, but it's not the kind that we're thinking.
It's not the kind, no.
Definitely not.
I would say take the time today, maybe pull up a clip of the 70s shows, Flipper.
Flipper.
Yeah, and anything else that's got dolphin information. No, that's a whale. But I think there are dolphins in that because it does stuff at a water park.
Yeah.
So or a SeaWorld type of place. But yeah, Dolphin Day. Growing up, and I think she still does, my sister Julianne loved dolphins. She wanted to work in the marine field. And so it was always, we always got her dolphins, like stuffed dolphins.
Oh,
it was cute.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I remember that. She had that
Dolphini.
one was named, Dolphini.
Yes.
And then she had porposini or something like that. It was a porpoise.
She'll correct us
Jules,
on that
if you're
one.
watching, tell us.
Yeah, drop below and let
what
us
was
know
the name of the porpoise that
you had. So Dolphin Day. Happy Dolphin Day.
Happy Dolphin Day, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. What's the next?
National Gardening Day.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, our child Peyton is taking a liking to this. Not that he's done it a whole lot, but he's because of school. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, like one day
yeah.
we walked outside and he had brought home this little plant, and it was all wilted. It was supposed to be tomatoes, I think.
It was supposed to be tomatoes.
It was all wilted over, and so we poured a bunch of water in there, and by the end of the day, bing, standing right back up. So then he said, I've got some flower seeds.
Yeah.
And he walked outside, dug his own little hole with his hand, and poured them seeds in there.
Yeah.
But it's right in the path of the lawnmower, so whenever they do spring up,
they're going to be
dead,
dead.
so
But
happy gardening day, everybody.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of people that really do like gardening, and I'd like to like gardening, but I don't. It's just too much.
Well, before we left Oklahoma to come down here to Florida, we did that. We tried to plant in the flower beds.
Yes.
And it was like digging through rope.
It was. It was.
So many roots and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But, I was surprised at one time, because we had renters in our house there for a while.
Yeah, we did.
I drove back by, and those flowers came back every year.
Yep.
They were the same color as their house, and it was really something.
It was very pretty.
It's nice.
Very pretty flowers.
We didn't enjoy it at all, though. Neither one of us liked it.
I mean, I like the color, but we didn't do anything.
But what I
with
mean
it.
is we didn't like the doing of the
Right. Yes.
that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
all right. So what else is happening around?
Today is also National Pecan Day. So if you like pecans, now we like, like the candied pecans.
Yeah.
that you
Or
can
pie,
get.
pecan pie.
Right.
Good.
My sister Jenny makes a great pecan pie during the holidays or anytime.
Do
want
you
pecan
like
pie.
them? If you're watching today, do you like them? And if you do, how do you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah, comment below.
Yeah.
While you're clicking the share button,
Yeah.
let us know how you like your pecans. Is it
Pecans.
pecans or pecans?
Yeah. I
Or
say pecans.
pecans?
No, I don't say pecans.
We used to laugh at that when we'd go on vacation coming down to Florida, driving down I-95, me and my cousins would be in the back of the van. We'd be like, look, pecans. So,
Oh, aren't you precious?
all right, let me, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go, you have something
No,
else?
no,
to
no,
add?
go ahead. What else?
Okay, National Reach as High as You Can Day. But I don't think it means just physically, although that is a good idea.
Oh, my back.
Stretching, yes, exactly. But reach for a Guinness World Record.
Oh, yeah, which we know.
We know one.
We know a Guinness
Yes,
World
and he's been on the show.
Former Guinness World Record holders.
Yes, and the Jeff Bardell, good friend.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, you know Jeff.
Yep.
But yeah, figure out a goal that you have and reach really high to achieve it. So
Awesome.
awesome. And then the last one is look up at the sky day.
What? It's like you can look up where you're reaching.
Exactly. So, sometimes we just get so focused on how many people have you seen walking and looking at their phones?
Sure.
Totally neglecting.
Walking into stuff,
Yeah,
falling
what is
over
going
things.
on around them?
Yep.
And so I would kind of put that in that category of looking
Yeah.
up in the sky. Beautiful sky. Even when it rains and it's cloudy, look at those clouds. We'd come home from school sometimes and I'd be like, okay, boys, what are the shapes of the clouds? Just to kind of do something different than being on our
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
So look up at the sky. Enjoy it. Beautiful.
All right. Here's a question for you before we get to Preston Tells a Joke.
Yes.
Would you, and I know the answer to this question, but I'm asking for the audience's sake.
Yes.
Would you try a hummus milkshake?
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, so there is a
I
new
like to know
company.
people.
The Hummus and Pita Company is now serving chickpea hummus milkshakes that are flavored in banana, chocolate.
Well,
I was trying to see. I just lost the
caramel
list.
or, different.
It's all of the normal flavors, but instead of it made out of ice cream, it's made out of hummus.
I could have that.
Vanilla hummus.
You could.
I could have that. And
That sounds really interesting, and I
it
would
does.
be. I'm a little, but I had the chocolate
hummus. Yeah.
Changed
So
my
good.
life. Changed my life.
Yeah. So we could do chocolate and
My
pecans.
whole opinion about it changed. So
Yeah.
Wasn't that like a few weeks ago?
yeah, we
Yeah.
had it. We had it for the one of the
A
parties
gathering,
we had.
People
Gatherings
came
we had over
over
here at
and,
the
and
house.
it went
So.
pretty quickly
Yeah.
because it's really good. So
All right, let's
All
get
right.
to it. Here's it. Preston tells a joke. It's our oldest boy, and it's his chance to spread his comedy wings
come on, babe.
and allow us to laugh a little bit before we get to Clay Clark and his crazy interview that we had today. All right, so Preston, tell us a joke.
Do any of you know how Jesus likes his steak?
No idea.
Well done, my good and faithful servant.
Oh, yes!
Love it.
Preston tells a joke. Oh,
Woohoo!
great job, son. That's a
Yes,
good one.
that was really good.
That's actually a really good joke.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, folks, buckle your seatbelts.
Yes.
We have got a live wire on the show today. He's brought a couple of friends with him as well. Clay Clark's coming out right now as we expand your search. My guest today is Clay Clark, the founder of multiple successful companies that include entertainment, multimedia, real estate, advertising, and a business coaching platform, the thrivetimeshow.com. However, he is most known for all the businesses that he has personally helped others launch and grow by providing their leaders with the wealth of knowledge that he has attained through studying the past and present giants in business. Please welcome to the program to talk about an upcoming rally that's going on in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Clayclark. Hi, Clay. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I appreciate you for allowing me on your show, and I wanted to bring a friend of yours, Craig Hagan, on the show as well, because without Craig back here in the background, we would not have a facility to host the event because, my facility only hosts comfortably about 500 people, and we needed to have room for about 4,500 people. And so thankfully, Craig stepped up there and Ramos stepped up. And so the 2021 Health and Freedom Conference will be hosted on the campus of Rhema Bible College.
That is incredible. We've been hearing all kinds of good things about it. Know some of the speakers besides the nationally known ones. Mark Sherwood's a good friend of ours, and of course some of the others. Tell us about it. What was the motivation behind it, and how did it get started?
Well, there's this controversial book called the Bible, which I think is a literal book. And when you look up Hebrews and you start to say, should we forsake the gathering of assembling? You ask yourself the question. I mean, we know that the models said that 2.2 million Americans were supposed to die from COVID-19. And we know that those models were false, but yet those models gave power to corrupt elected officials who wanted to temporarily take away our First Amendment rights. Then we know that the PCR tests that are falsely calibrated to create an inflated number of cases, because if we did have a massive number of cases of a super deadly virus, we should also have a massive number of deaths, but we don't. The COVID PCR tests are supposed to be set at 17 cycles. They're calibrated at 40 cycles, and so therefore they're falsely inflating the number of cases. And then you have the super effective treatments for COVID-19. That would include budesonide, ivermectin, and hydroxychloroquine. Budesonide, ivermectin, and hydroxychloroquine are 100% effective COVID-19 treatments, and those are being banned for false reasons. So you have the models, the models that said that 2.2 million people would die. Those are false. The PCR tests that inflate the number of cases, those are false. And the treatments for COVID-19 are being blocked for false reasons. And still, they use that as justification to keep the churches closed. And so as a father of five, as a Christian man, I go back to the Bible. Hebrews 10:25 reads, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much more as ye see the day approaching. So rather than complaining about the pastors of America who are behaving in a weak manner, I've decided to lead by example with my company. So my companies, we don't shut down, we don't wear masks, and the churches I work with don't wear masks, they don't lock down. And I wanted to expose the truth. I want to expose the truth about the election fraud and the medical fraud of 2020. So goal number one is to kill the spirit of fear. Let people know that COVID-19 is not something to be scared of. Two, I want to share the truth about the election fraud, medical fraud, and the Great Reset. And three, I want to give Americans an action plan. I want to give them an action plan, which involves getting back in church and getting back involved in local politics. That's why we did the event. And then I just happen to have a lot of contacts through business, and I'll read off some of the names. Whenever you run your company and you do it in a consistently diligent way over time, people begin to tell other people. And then if you keep being diligent, I've been self-employed for 23 years. You start running into more and more people that appreciate the consistency of that effort. And so I invited a lot of our friends and colleagues and business people that I know. And so long story short, we have Charlene Bollinger coming from thetruthaboutcancer.com. Ian Smith, the gym owner you see being persecuted all the time on Tucker Carlson from New Jersey, the bearded gym owner.
Yep,
you have Jim Caviezel, who essentially almost got kicked out of Hollywood, right, for starring in Mel Gibson's The Passion. You have Sidney Powell, the attorney. You have General Flynn. You have Lynn Wood, Mike Lindell. You have the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Mark Victor Hansen. You have so many great people all in one room, all under one roof, and we're gonna share the truth, and the truth will set us free.
Awesome. So, Craig, how did Rhema get involved in this?
Well, Clay and I have been working together for a couple, well, I guess about 6 or 7 months now. And so, Clay planned this event, and it was supposed to be here at the Thrive Time show. And Clay calls me and says that, Craig, I got an issue. Got too many people coming, and we need a place to have it. Can we go to Rhema? I'm like, sure. And we started with maybe going to the youth building, and then went to the other building, and now we're in the main auditorium. And it's going to be on Rhema.tv for those of you who are not coming here to Tulsa.
Yeah.
And we're excited about what's going on and excited about churches opening back up.
I want to repeat this real quick here. Rhema.tv. I know some because I keep getting asked all day there, Brent. People are texting me, where can I watch it online? We have 4 ways to do it. Rhema.tv is plan A. Plan A team. Plan B, you say, what's the plan B? Brighteon.com. That's BRIGHTEON.com. Brighteon.com. Plan C, can I get a C? Plan C, that would be thrivetimeshow.com. You click on the conferences button. That's plan C. And plan D, is it what's plan D? That would be steeltruth.com. Steeltruth.com. So we have 4 different ways to stream, plus Epoch Times, One America News, Right Side Broadcast. And then we'll be doing some 10 where you get the 2 cans and you get the streaming technology. That way we can hear what's going on. So it's going to be great.
There's 30 different outlets that are going to broadcast at least part of the
absolutely
the conference, if not all of it.
All right. I have I know that General Flynn is probably one of your bigger speakers that's coming, but I'm just going to ask it. Is there anybody bigger coming? I think we all know who I'm talking about.
Well, what's happening is there are people like, let me give you an example of what's happening. This is just my new normal now, okay? Somebody will text me, and they're a household name, and they'll say, can I get a ticket? So I'm just going to hold it up to the phone right now so you can see this, okay? I'm getting phone calls without ceasing about every minute, and then when I get text messages right now, I'm getting a text message coming in about every 3 minutes. So we hopped on here. I was down to 1 text message. I have 92 missed text messages.
Oh my gosh.
18 minutes here, whatever. So it's just boom, boom, boom. And when you look at it, sometimes you look at it's like, whoa, weren't you the star of that show in the 80s? Like, call, and I find myself wanting to sing all the jingles. I find myself wanting to sing like Silver Spoons or, there was a time, there was a renaissance. There was a time there, Aaron, in TV where the movies, where the shows, the daytime shows, they had a plot. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
They would always end with like, and this is why we love each other. Remember that? You had some conflict, and here we are, face to face, a couple of silver spoons.
Yeah.
And then it would be a problem. And then at the end, it'd be like, and Ricky, that's why we're all going to get closer to each other.
That's my wife's childhood crush, and you're making her heart flutter over at the.
I'm just saying, if people like Ricky Schroeder show up, I don't have control over this, but now I'm starting to get those kind of names coming in. People who are at the tip of the spear of the conservative movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say, Brent, there's about 5 big guests that are household names that are trying to come in incognito. And I'm going, how is that going to work? Because I'm going to tell one of my teammates to meet you at the airport or whatever that looks like, to come in the speaker's entrance at Rhema
Mm-hmm.
College.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And
well.
you know what they're going to do? They're going to go, you mean I get to pick up such and such from the airport? And I'll say, yeah. They'll go, I won't tell anybody. And I go, sure.
Yeah.
Except for your mom and your husband and then it's all over the place. So
Facebook.
Right. So all I can say is that the people who are confirmed to speak, those are at thrivetimeshow.com, and you click on the conferences button, you can see the confirmed speakers. However, I can say there are some names bigger than that are wanting to speak and are reaching out, and I'm just trying to. And Aaron, this, Craig, we got the police department really helping us out. Rhema Security, Larry's doing a phenomenal job. Yeah. You've got the SWAT team from Broken Arrow helping out. There's just a lot of moving parts. So, Britt, there's only so many leaders of the conservative movement you can have in the same building before the tectonic plates under the earth shift and swallow us.
Yes.
Don't make me tell the story of Pastor Hagen drilling down into the shell to make sure that building doesn't ever fall over. So anyway.
Been told a couple times.
Yeah, multiple, I'm sure. Okay, so really there's a lot of folks that's a buzz around Facebook. A lot of people are talking about it. They're really just, this is really turning into something it's becoming a movement. And I know Craig and I were chatting about it the other day. This may turn into like a repeat thing that happens every year.
Yeah, well, this is I don't know if this is depressing or encouraging for your listeners. If I'm watching, you say, well, why am I doing this? Listen, I grew up really poor, and I had a whole bunch of goals. I carry a to-do list every day. And a pro tip for everybody out there: this is a business tip, unsolicited business tip. This is how you do it. If you want to get rich real quick, this is how you do it. You say you get rich more more efficiently, not quick, but faster. You sit down and you make a list of all the problems that you can solve for humanity that people are willing to pay you for, okay? And then you go out and you solve as many problems as possible for people at as cheap of a price as possible one time. And if they're happy, they'll use you again. So I started off pre-Christ. I was a disc jockey. I realized that most weddings were terrible. Most receptions are terrible. Most parties are terrible. Most people build up in their minds the New Year's Eve party is going to be awesome. And then the DJ bombs. The band is terrible. And I thought I could do it better. So I said, listen, Brent, I'll DJ for your Christmas party, for your wedding. I'll DJ for your event for $1. Low offer. And if you're happy, you can pay me whatever you think I'm worth. And I did that thousands of times, and it ended up growing into America's largest entertainment company. It's called DJconnection.com, America's largest wedding entertainment company, which I am no way affiliated with today. I've sold. But I did that in the photography industry, in the marketing industry, et cetera. And I realized at the age of about 26, I've hit all my goals financially. And every time I travel, this is not a statement. Craig does not endorse the statement, nor does Aaron. Every time I travel, I go, no, never again. Every time I go to Brazil or Honduras or anywhere, I always think, I don't ever want to go there again. Every time I've been anywhere, but don't, if you're watching this in your Jamaica, Brazil, Honduras, Roatan, I didn't like it. You don't want me back. I get it. We're on the same team. So anyway, I don't have any goals to travel. I don't have any financial goals. I'm really not that interested in longevity of life. I'm not a guy who plans to be 70 or 80 or 90. I don't want to be on the nursing, home with the tennis balls and the walker. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be giving pro tips to young kids when I'm 95. This is about it for me. I'm good. So I decided if nobody will speak up, let me do it. Martin Luther King Jr. was 39 years old when he got shot. Yeah. And he was willing to die for the cause. And I believe if you're a true believer, you have to be willing to die for your cause. And so many people say, well, the reason why I don't speak out, Clay, is I don't want to hurt my business. Well, Matthew 5:11 said, blessed are ye who are persecuted for his righteousness' sake. So maybe I'm selfish. Maybe I just want to be blessed for being persecuted for his righteousness' sake. I don't know. But I do not care. I do not care. I don't care who it offends. At the end of the day, if you're a pastor of a church, I mean this with love. The models that said that 2.2 million people would die, those are false. The PCR tests are falsely calibrated. And the COVID-19, 100% effective COVID-19 treatments are being blocked for nefarious reasons. All right, that's the reality of the situation. And Hebrews says you should not forsake the gathering even as you draw closer to the end. Hebrews 10:25, Matthew 5:11. It also says in Timothy, for the love of money is the root of all evil. So I don't care if it hurts me financially. So there has been a momentum, and people are going, how in the world did you organize this in 30 days? Guys, I wake up at 3 a.m. every morning, and I literally don't get off the phone until 9 o'clock at night. Aaron came up last night, and if you work from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m., sure, when you call someone at 3:30 in the morning, you get some weird responses.
It was a little odd. Yeah.
But I'll call people, and they'll go, hello? I go, yeah, this is Clayclark with Health and Freedom Conference. I saw you requested a ticket. How are you? And they're like, are you serious? You're the guy at 3 in the morning? Yeah, I just woke up. How are you? Boom. And so you just keep going. And so what's happening is other churches are saying, can you bring this to my church? Can you bring this to my town? And I'm saying, yes. So I am going to Dallas to do an event there in Dallas here in May. And they're saying, well, we want to put you in a nice hotel, and then we'll take you out to dinner, and you can meet all these famous people. And I go, no dinner, no hotel. Let me speak. And then I'm getting back to Tulsa because I don't value that crap. I don't want dinner. I don't want hotels. I don't want to meet famous people. I don't need photos with you. Let's save America. And then there's a group at Mount Rushmore that said they want me to speak on July 4th. They go, can we put you in a nice hotel? Can we get you? No nice hotels, no dinners, no hors d'oeuvres. Let's save America or die trying. That's where I'm at right now. There's an urgency right now, Brent, that people are not aware of. We're on a boat going over a waterfall, and if we paddle fast enough, we can avoid going off the waterfall. But as a country, people are like, well, I'm taking my kids to Disney World, so I can't help this weekend. Are you kidding me? We are in the war for the nation. You're taking your kids to the nefarious Luciferian-funded Disney World? Get serious, man. I have soccer games this weekend. Are you kidding me? I'm skipping all of my kids' events this year. I'm serious. All of them. If you're watching right now, you go, you're terrible. Listen, do you think that the people who fought for this country in World War II and Vietnam were saying, well, I want to shoot back, but I have a soccer game. Are you kidding me? We're being attacked on our shores. So people texted me this weekend, are you going to your kids' cheer event in Dallas? No. Why? Because I'm trying to save this country. And if I work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, I would probably die. So I need to sleep 5 hours a day. But 19 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm all in. And there's a momentum that's starting. And everybody out there, if we'll all paddle, we can win this thing. Jesus is king. I'm just his hype man and water boy. And I have no interests, no hobbies. I'm focused. I'm all in to save this country. That's what I'm trying to do.
And I'm going to jump in real quick.
Sure.
And
Is this Aaron Antis? Is that who you keep talking to?
It is.
Hi,
Yes, sir.
Aaron.
Hey, how are you, Brent? Long
Good.
time no see.
Yeah, right. I still don't see you. So anyway, but go ahead.
That's true. That's true. I was just going to say, you're probably sitting here thinking, that's probably not true, everything he just said. No, actually, I've known Clay for 5 years. That's actually exactly how he is, for real. Like, I've never met anybody quite like him.
I 100% believe it, and I just want to say, everybody, this is Clay Clark, my friend Craig Hagan, my other friend Aaron Antis. We're going to throw some information up on the screen. You will be able to stream and watch the Health and Freedom Conference. It's going on at Rhema Bible College. Right there it is on the screen. Look at that list of lineup of speakers that's going to be there. It's coming up this weekend, so if you want to watch it, you can go to Rhema TV or thrivetimeshow.com. and partake. I know I'll be watching with my popcorn and everything. Right there's how you want to follow on Facebook, and we're cheering you guys on. Thanks so much for your time today, Clay. It's good to see you. Craig, always a pleasure to see you. And Aaron, I still haven't
Brent,
seen you.
I want to say this, Brent. I have to say this real quick. You look like Kurt Warner at the peak of his career.
I don't know. Is that a bad
You're
thing or a good thing?
No, you're looking good. You look like you go out there and lead the Cardinals to a Super Bowl or something. I mean, it's impressive.
I'll take it.
Seriously,
I'll take it.
Looking good. Folks, this guy must be taking hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin or budesonide.
Or whatever Craig's on. That's what I'm taking, is whatever Craig's on.
Oh, yeah. Craig's taking Beautiful Man. It's a new supplement called Beautiful Man.
You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Kill them this weekend, all right? Have a great time.
Take care, Chief.
All right.
Brent.
All right. That's Clay Clark, and now let's stop for directions. In the book of Acts, chapter 15, we read that Paul and Barnabas had a sharp disagreement. These were two pillars of the church. These guys had a disagreement that both sides were very passionate about, and the scripture uses the term sharp. Kind of makes me feel like there were some heated words exchanged. This kind of sounds like the viewpoint of every person in our country right now. We have two passionate sides, and I know it's easy to say about the other side, yeah, they're wrong. They should just shut up and go away. Believe everything that I believe. But here is a lesson that we need to learn as a country. Not everyone is going to think and believe like you do. I know that we all wish that they would, but at the same time, when you frame someone that you've never really met, never listened to what they have to say, or you form your opinion by what someone else told you to think, it's a very dangerous place to live. You enter a point right there where you stop living your life. What are you doing? You're allowing someone else to live it for you. The best way to handle a disagreement is to go straight to the other side and listen to what they have to say. That's what an event like this is doing. Allowing people who have probably a different opinion than you do to say what they believe so that more people can hear and understand. My advice is take a moment and listen. You may find that you have more in common than you've been led to believe that you do. That's going to wrap it up for the show today. My thanks again to Clay Clark. Check him out on thrivetimeshow.com. Big thanks to Jody and Preston for pulling off another great show. Join us next time. Until then, I hope you found what you were looking for as you took the time today to expand your search and stop for directions. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us today. Connect with us on @expandingyoursearch on Facebook and Instagram and @expandingsearch on Twitter. Relive any of our episodes on YouTube. We are available wherever podcasts are found, including Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can also download the Direction Ministries app on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Take some time today to expand your search and stop for directions.